Build the dream in FIFA 20, pay less and get more, and use the code TVM at checkout for a bigger discount. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to the Road to Glory. We're going to have a bit of a downtime episode today, so there probably is a little bit of gameplay in the background right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to go live in a couple of minutes. It's 5 to 6, so we'll do whatever SBCs EA throw at us. Hopefully they give us 2 new pack SBCs. Knowing my luck, they won't give us anything. Because I'm banking on it, but we'll see. And then we'll go into maybe some squads and what we can actually do with it. I've had to prepare this episode in advance because I wouldn't be around at all the day you're watching this, so I've had to prepare it. So I haven't had time to record any gameplay or anything. Hopefully, while I'm talking now, there will be something in the background for you to watch. Some comments. Nebula Fury says that he feels bad for anyone who has a bad connection, and there were a few dislikes on yesterday's episode, and I would say a few, you know, we always get a few, but there were a couple quicker than normal, and I think people might have been fed up of me talking about the bad connection or something, and I'm not strictly blaming the fact that I've only hit gold 2 and I didn't hit gold 1 on bad connection, but the 4 or 5 defeats I took on Saturday were justified. You know, maybe one was 50-50, but the other 4 were justified, and I don't have a problem with that. You know, I deserve to lose those games, and but that's the difference. You know, I'm more than grown up in willing to admit when I'm bad or deserve to lose. You know, I'm not one of these people who will come out and blame the game, especially on reflection. I'll come out and I'll say I deserve to lose the game because the ones on Saturday I deserve to lose. The ones on Sunday I deserve to lose them, but there was a reason I feel like I lost at least half of them, and it was down to the fact that I couldn't play the way that I'd like to play because of the connection. And if people think that I'm just whinging and bitching about it, then obviously that's you, and that's up to you, and you feel free to go elsewhere and watch another Road to Glory, because I will say things that I genuinely feel are true. But, you know, I've watched the gameplay back as well because I edited the whole thing, so even in watching it you can tell that the players are really slow and sluggish, but hey, it is the way that it is. Louis Charles Plant, or Louis Charles Plante, or whatever, I can't say your name, dude. I'm assuming you're French. He's actually given me another tip, because obviously I've been talking about this Tech Avion stuff, and basically Tech Avion is a French trading method. I had something on my leg. French trading method that essentially we've been trying to do with, Werner and I think Thuram, and I'll show you in a second whoever else it was, Boateng maybe. So what you do is you get players between 10 and 30,000 coins, give them 99 fitness and contracts, and then essentially list them up and keep listing, make sure they've got a decent chem style on, and eventually you will sell them. And that method might actually work on console, but I've decided it doesn't work on PC. Whether that's because there just aren't enough people in general playing on PC and you just don't hit that often. You know, maybe it does work, but it takes like 400 or 500 listings or something, because the method that I saw and read, they were saying you might have to list like 10, 20 times for it to sell. But I've listed, I dread to think how many times over the last 2 days, literally like every hour for the entire weekend. I was listing it up. Every time I'd finish like 3 games, I'd relist my transfer list, and they've not sold. And on my main account, I've been doing it on the app, and nothing sold. So there is another technique called Tech Foot Millionaire, which I'm going to read through properly, but I get the gist of it. It's what I used to do back in like FIFA 13 with certain chem styles. I'm tempted. It's got nothing to do with the Road to Glory, but I'm very tempted to get on the Xbox, buy an Elgato, and then start like just a trading series where I play absolutely no games whatsoever. Because if this works, Tech Foot Millionaire and Tech Avion, if they actually work on console, I'd love doing that. You know, just having the console open next to me and just listing cards up and trading, essentially, and building up a massive coin balance just for the sake of trading, you know, absolutely nothing to do with gameplay. I don't know why I'm even telling you this, because this is a Road to Glory, but I'm actually interested in trying that. But with that being said, I'm trying to see past my microphone. I'm actually going to open up FIFA. We're going to switch into it right now, and we are going to check to see what SBCs, if at all, EA have given us. The team that obviously is on screen right now, the team that I left you with yesterday and some suggestions. I've had a couple come through here or there. People on Twitter are getting in contact with me more than anything else. But I've got a couple of ideas, and one of which it does involve going back to like Tolisso, which I'm not 100% happy with. The other one is just not using Longley at all. So you've sold a few here. I can't believe you actually sold for 900 coins. So again, I'll relist, and this is what I'm talking about. So 2 Ram has got a Hunter on him, up for 27, which is about 7k more than his lowest buy now. Boateng is up there for about 3 or 4k higher than his lowest buy now, and Werner is up there for what probably is now 10k above his buy now. The fact that he's out of position might not help him, but they've all got 99 fitness, 99 contracts. I've explained the method to you already, so I won't go through it again. But I just think because I'm on PC, 632,000 items on the market for us is booming. That's a lot of items. So when you consider the fact that like PlayStation have got like 7 or 8 million average, you can see how sparse. I mean, it's 10 times the size of this market. So our market is bad. So that's maybe why we're not doing why the method doesn't really work. Plus, like I said, I've explained it before. I just feel like not the intelligence levels, but because the pool of players on PC is so small, the age is higher. I think the more patience people have. When you grow older, you get more patient, generally speaking. So I think that method might work better on console, and I'm definitely going to test it out. And then, like I said, I might do a series. I don't know. Ultimate Scream. So we have been given some other stuff. Of course, we've still got. Oh no. Oh, okay, right. So we've got Hulk. That's interesting. That's ruined a video that I was doing for tomorrow. That's interesting though. So they've given us a kit that I don't care about. I mean, I don't mind that they've given us a kit. I actually don't mind the look of it. It looks all right, but I don't really care about completing it. They've given us Hulk though. That is ridiculous. I've literally just recorded a Scream predictions, and I've put Hulk in it. I actually gave him an 85 rated card, I think, but they've given him an 86, and they've boosted him a lot more than I boosted him, and I was being generous. That is a great card. He's got 3-star weak foot, which is a shame, but it is still a very good card. How expensive is this? 86, 83, 83. Well, Jumbo Premium, Rare Mega, that's a good pack, and a Premium. I mean, it's not terrible, actually. An 86, maybe a little bit on the expensive side. The 283s, I know you need an inform there, but the 283s aren't too bad. That's not a bad. It's not a bad price. I mean, I'd be interested in the breakdown to see exactly how much it costs. But yeah, it's not a bad price at all. We've sold something. We've sold a card for 400. Bronze pack method. I mean, I must have listed that card God knows how many times, and now he's sold. Should we check objectives just in case? Because we never normally do this together. I don't think they're going to give us anything. Daily objectives, of course. And no, they've not given us anything else. It would be nice if they gave us, as many objectives as maybe SBCs or there or thereabouts. Maybe not quite as many, but a few, Crimson Knight kit. Let's just see if we can just do this with like bronze cards, because then I will. I don't mind it, to be fair. You need to give up 5 gold cards. I don't think it's worth it for me. It's a nice kit, but I'm not giving up 5 gold cards, valued at 600 coins each for, a kit. That's 3,000 coins just in gold cards. Well, I mean, you could probably do with non-rares, right? So it would be even less than that. But that's not the point, 2,000-3,000 for a kit. Would you buy that on the market for 2,000 or 3,000 coins? I'm not convinced you would. So I'm not doing Hulk because I don't want him. But I don't think it's a bad price at all. Navas, I've got a day left to complete him, but I'm not going to. And Milner, we know, is far too overpriced. So that's a shame. Nothing for us to do right now. Might do a 2-player pack actually. While in a second. The few options that I had then, like I said, this is a bit of a downtime episode. I was contemplating not uploading an episode, but I thought I'd just think out loud, because obviously your suggestions for squads are coming in, and I thought we'd have a little bit of a discussion about it. A lot of people in their squads are doing what I said to do here, and that is Hugo Lloris. I think I said Ter Stegen, but Hugo Lloris is actually one of my favourite keepers in the game this year, and he fits in there. Obviously gives them a nice link each. And then in this formation in particular, the defense is solid. The problem with it is, I need an icon there, right? And a lot of people are saying Guardiola fits well, and he does fit, but he won't, in my opinion, work, because I will have either Kante or Guardiola as a CDM, and then I'm going to be looking at putting, probably Alan goes up top here to give them chemistry, right? So we're going to have Kante, Guardiola and Alan, 3 specific CDMs, in a team that needs its 2 central midfield players to be creative. And Alan isn't as creative as I'd like him to be, and Kante or Guardiola are not creative at all. So it doesn't work. I would rather have, or go back to the team that I had before and just not use Longley. And that was another option. No one actually suggested it that I've seen so far. But from what I've been thinking, maybe we don't even use Longley. Maybe we just sell him. We put a Kanji back in. We get Radecki back in goal. If the Leipzig goalkeeper, Gulakshi, if he gets himself an inform, he might do. Chances are that he won't. But if he does, maybe we upgrade to him, because he's one higher than Radecki, and he's probably on par with Radecki anyway. He'll have better kicking and better speed, so actually would be a better keeper than Radecki. Maybe we do that. And then, we've got 300,000-400,000 plus rewards to spend on the rest of the team. We could maybe go and get Alan, and if they release another set of Scream SBCs or something before Friday, maybe it's something we're interested in. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to rush into anything, because the only other option that I had here, where was it? What formation was it? Was it like a 4? Yeah, it must have been this one. The only other option that I had to make this work was to put Mertens up top, get Alan in there, and then put Tolisso in here. I don't know if I've still got Tolisso, interestingly enough. Let's have a look to see if I've got Tolisso. So France, Bundesliga, and we do. Right. So this is potentially something we can do. What's the word I'm looking for? Alan. To be fair, we could maybe keep Alassane Pla in the team. If we're just gonna put Tolisso in there, we might as well just keep Pla in there, right? So that's an option, right? And that's not something I'm 100% against. The Alassane Pla is a little bit annoying, but at least we swapped 2 of the 3. Like, I'm actually happy to keep Radecki, but we can't keep him if we're going to use Longley. But what we can do is that. Now, the way that would work would be that we play 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, of course. In fact, let me show you, because what else have we got to do today? So let's go. I can't show you because we can't use concepts in custom tactics, which makes sense. So Lloris in goal. The back 4 remains the same, obviously. We then, although actually someone was saying in yesterday, and I read it out, didn't I, about swapping Goretzka with Kimmich. What if? And I'm just trying to think out loud, so don't shoot me down. Talisso's not good enough. Could we get another, like a CDM type player to go in at right back and use Kimmich as a box to box, because Kimmich as a central midfield player would actually not be that bad, because yes, he's defensive, but he's got the dribbling, the ball control and the passing that you'd need to be just a box to box midfielder, and I think I'd prefer him to be my centre mid than I would maybe some of the other options. I'm just thinking out loud, like I said, I don't want to keep you here too long because it's just a load of nonsense. We're not really doing anything, but at the moment, I think that's what I'll probably do going into Weekend League. We'll get Alan, we'll get Lloris, and we'll just play like that because everyone's on chem. So 4-1-2-2, back 4 remains the same. Kante is the CDM. Alan and Brandt will be the 2 CMs, either side of Kante. And then, of course, we have Insigne as the cam, and Mertens and Alassane Pla will be the 2 strikers, pretty much as it has been this weekend. This weekend, I've actually felt, bar those games that obviously I played yesterday, on Sunday, bar the games I played on Sunday, that weren't just connection-wise weren't very good, and I'm still stand by that regardless of what anyone says. I enjoyed the team. I thought it was good, and even though Pla annoyed me in certain situations, he more annoyed me when the gameplay wasn't good, because even though, and I'm going to say it again, even though the gameplay wasn't great, Mertens and Insigne still felt decent. Kante still felt good. And I think it's down to the fact that they are high rated and they've got some insane stats. You've got really high agility, ball control, dribbling, and with a chem still on top, you just improve everything as well. So you've got a really good player there, and even though the gameplay is bad, you can still fight through it. And I fully and firmly believe that's why you've got the top 100 players that manage to work their way through the bad connection games, because they've got these top end players. So when you see people with god squads going 30-0, and you're like, oh, of course you are, because you've got 30-0. Try doing that with a standard Road to Glory team or something. Some people can do it because they're just that good. But you are right. I think they probably would have lost maybe 1 or 2 games because their players are so good. You can still have a degree of like you've got, instead of having like a 95 Pele or whatever, he gets downgraded to a 90, but you've still got a 90 rated card. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Yeah, I know, maybe I'm just talking nonsense really, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. So going into the weekend league at the moment, that's what we're going to do, unless rewards give us something crazy, or unless you guys can come up with something a little bit different. Alan's down. I mean, he is down in price. That's crazy cheap, actually, because before Weekend League, this guy was like 75, 80k. He's now, 50-something? If we can get him for anything under 60, I'd be tempted to buy him immediately. I'm not going to, but yeah, 58,500 is one there just listed. He's already got a Catalyst on him as well, which is a great chem style. I don't know if I'd give him a Catalyst, but it's a very good chem style. He's a very good card as well. So, going into the Weekend League, we've made an improvement to Akanji, we've got Longley, we've made an improvement to Radecki, we've got Lloris, and we've made an improvement to Nainggolan, we've got Allen. So it is a very much improved team, despite the fact that it might not look quite, might not look that much better. It is. That's going to do it for today. Like I said, I was tempted to not upload an episode, but I'm going to think out loud. I've taken your suggestions on board. People were suggesting Tolisso. Other people were saying just get Allen and basically do this, put a French keeper in goal. We could maybe put Ter Stegen in goal instead of Lloris. We don't need to use Lloris, but I would imagine Lloris is a lot cheaper than Ter Stegen. But many people are just saying you need Allen in there. So taking his suggestions on board. I think tomorrow's episode we'll just run through as much Rivals gameplay as we can, maybe knock off some objectives. On Thursday we'll do rewards, and on Friday, before we start playing Foot Champs, we might look to if rewards has altered this in any way. If not, this is the team we're going to go with going into Weekend League, and hopefully we'll hit Gold 1. If you have enjoyed it, do me a favour and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Football Index. The game changed. Download the app now.